What's up, y'all? Let's chat about Cobra Kai Season 3. So, I've already reviewed Seasons 1 and 2 of Cobra Kai. I'll put the links to those in the description if you want to check them out, in case you haven't already. They're really old and just artistic masterpieces by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not going to go into the plot of Cobra Kai Season 3. It's brand new and you can still check it out, which I recommend you do for sure. Instead of that, we're just going to skip straight ahead to the pros and cons list, but we're going to go backwards today. We're going to go cons and then pros. Please forgive the quality of my voice in this recording. I've got a stuffy nose. I've been sitting outside all day at a brewery in Atlanta drinking beer with a friend, and it was like fucking 30 degrees or something, and I'm all stuffed up. Anyways, onto the lists. Okay, so mild spoiler alert in action here. I'm gonna do my best to avoid spoiling too terribly much, but there are some things that are gonna come up. Probably the worst thing about this season is there's some contrivances that I just don't understand why they're there. Daniel and Johnny are obviously being nudged together into an alliance of karate in the valley, and there are a couple of spots where they almost out of nowhere just decide to turn on each other, and I just found myself being like, what? Why? Robbie Keane just happens to show up at Miyagi-Do at a very important, pivotal plot point moment, and it felt very forced and fake. And actually, I remember thinking to myself, I hope Robbie doesn't show up right now. Ah, there he is, of course. I'm also getting kind of tired of the strained, bro love triangle between Daniel, Johnny, and Robbie. So the Cobra Kai's, attack the Miyagi-Do kids at their jobs, and they even go to Daniel Russo's house in one scene. And nobody at any point thought it would be a good idea to pull their phone out and dial 911 and say, hey, this group of thugs has busted into my personal private home to fight us. Please send the police. I know it's a show and that they need to have, compelling situations, but this struck me as very unrealistic. The second that my front door gets kicked down, especially if I have a room full of people, if I have 8 or 10 people in my house, I would expect somebody to immediately call 911 and say, hey, there is somebody here, there is a group of people here, and their stated intent is to do me harm, please send the police. Then you fight them off till the police get there. Can I just say something about the name Kyler? Okay, if you're watching this and your name happens to be Kyler, then the next thing I'm going to say is going to probably piss you off, but that name sucks. Okay, there's a reason that they gave this sucky character a sucky name, and Kyler comes back, and he and Miguel engage in a fight. And the reason that I called this section Kidney Punches is because there's a bunch of kidney punches. Okay, so I'm actually recording this during my second viewing of the 10th episode of Season 3, and this is going to be the official kidney punch count. This is the amount of times in real time that Miguel gets punched in the kidney by Kyler. I hate that name. Okay, here we go. Let's find the spot and count up the kidney punches. Alright, here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, God, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, 18 kidney punches in a row to the same kidney in that amount of time. Okay, that's a lot of kidney punches. Jesus, he's going to be peeing blood for the rest of his life. Now, of course, Miguel, remembers some inspirational shit that Johnny said, and then kicks Kyler, 6 times and punches him in the face, and wins. And hooray. Of course, nobody saw that coming, right? Hey, everyone. You want to play a drinking game? Let's play a drinking game. Listen to this. You hear this? That's me pouring a shot. I'm a responsible, civic-minded man. Anytime that John Kreese clutches the lapels of his gi evilly, laughs evilly, or menacingly whispers something evilly, take a shot. Actually, you know what? Don't. You will die of liver cirrhosis by the end of this review. I just didn't buy him as a supervillain. I understand his role. I understand why he's there. I don't understand what his game with Cobra Kai is. I mean, it seems like he's establishing like this cannibalistic, unnecessarily brutal, unnecessarily mean-spirited karate dojo. And I know they go into his past, and I know he's a hardened war veteran. I just don't understand what his end game is. Like, what exactly is it that he wants to do with these kids? He only goes after kids who are vulnerable and who could benefit from actual, real mentoring. So he's a predator. But I don't understand what he wants to do with these kids. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, he's being mean-spirited and evil just for the sake of being mean-spirited and evil. So this season brought back from Karate Kid Part 2 Chozen and Kumiko. It brought back Ali with an I from Karate Kid 1. And now they're plumb out of characters to bring back. The only people that they have not brought back are Terry Silver and Mike Barnes from Karate Kid 3. Maybe Mike Barnes' goons, and maybe the pottery girl, from Karate Kid 3, across the street from the bonsai shop that Daniel buys from Miyagi. Now, obviously, Terry Silver is coming back. Obviously. I mean, it's so obvious. But do we care about Mike Barnes' goons? Bet not. Anytime there's a fight between two major characters like Kreese and Daniel, or Johnny and Daniel, or Johnny and Kreese, they have these flashbacks to the movies or to the circumstances in the season preceding the fight. Maybe they're doing this to mask the fact that none of these guys actually have real karate skills. But man, when Daniel and Johnny are fighting, when Daniel and Kreese are fighting, I want to see that shit. This might be the worst way that they handle nostalgia in this entire show. But like, let me watch the action. Okay? All right? This is not an indictment of Mary Mauser, the actress, or the person. I'm sure that she is a nice young lady. I'm sure she's a nice person. I'm sure she's great. I just do not like Sam LaRusso. I just don't like her one bit. She continues to be basically a horrible person throughout the third season. She starts fights that she can't finish. She leaves her friends for dead at least twice. I'm not on board with this character one bit. I think she's awful. I'm sorry. Not you, Mary Mauser. You're okay, I'm sure. But Sam LaRusso can eat it. She's horrible. The ending. The way that the season ends is, it's both good and bad. When you see it, or if you've seen it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The ultimate ending was satisfactory, and it made me feel good. I didn't like the shoehorning in of a badly remade In the Air Tonight and a badly edited, cut together In the Air Tonight. And I didn't like how they dealt with Kreese, because he's John Kreese. You ever heard that story about, like, what is it, the frog and the scorpion, where the frog offers to give the scorpion a ride across the river, and halfway across, the scorpion fucking stings him anyways? Like, that's what's gonna happen. Like, it's going to happen. Unless, like, they catch us off guard and a meteor strikes Cobra Kai and kills everybody, then the scorpion is gonna sting the frog. Ralph, I let you off light in the last 2 seasons of reviews of the show that I did, but your acting makes Nicolas Cage look like Robert De Niro. With all of this said, I actually really enjoyed this season. It was definitely a step up from season 2. So let's talk about why. Never thought I would be talking about corn nuts in an MQJ review, but here we are. Corn nuts are a snack that you either love or hate. I am in the I love them category, but those fuckers are noisy. I am also the kind of guy who, if I can hear you chewing your food, or if you're chewing with your mouth open or talking with your mouth full, I am actively figuring out ways to kill you where you stand, hide your body, and effectively lie to the police. No, you know what? I don't have to lie to the police. We have this dead person here, MQJ. You have to understand he was talking to you with his mouth full of corn nuts, and I had to do what I had to do. We understand. No charges. Johnny Lawrence is a guy who likes to loudly eat corn nuts, and Daniel is the kind of guy who does not want to listen to that shit. There's a scene involving this divisive snack in Daniel's car, and it is absolutely hysterical, and it plays so well to both characters' characters. Unlike the Star Wars sequel trilogy, which sucked ass, this season does nostalgia effectively. I know I kind of talked some shit about nostalgia earlier, but the way that they integrated all of these former characters worked really well. And I never felt like they were forcing it in my face. Even in the first season of this show, I kind of felt like they were forcing nostalgia in my face just a little bit. But in this one, I didn't get that idea at all, and I really liked how they dealt with former characters, former situations. It was heartwarming at best, and non-offensive at worst. Let's talk about the characters, except Sam LaRusso. Johnny Lawrence, once again, man, what a great anti-hero, and what a great performance by William Zabka. He did what he had to do to make everything he needed to happen this entire season. And I like to see the extremes that he would go to in order to take care of business. Take care of Miguel. Take care of Miguel's mom. Amanda LaRusso. I never thought I would actually be talking about her. But she goes from being this kind of sarcastic, like, pretty player on the side to being a sarcastic, pretty person who actually gets involved. I was happy to see that she actually got involved and wasn't just this kind of person in the periphery who was married to Daniel and made funny comments every now and then. Also, like me, she's left-handed, which I love. Tori with a Y, played by Peyton List. Look, she's very hot, and I know she's nuttier than a rat in a tin shithouse. If you saw my review on Doki Doki Literature Club, I mentioned Yuri and the phrase "don't stick your dick in crazy." Pardon my candor. Tori is the exact same kind of girl. However, she is very pretty. And also, she does a good job of seeming like genuinely demented. I would not ever want to cross paths with her. Well, maybe under certain very specific circumstances I would. But under ordinary auspices, no. I believe that she's nuts. I believe she's off the rails. And that's it. On my personal Facebook page, I made the prediction that Dimitri would be the next Karate Kid, and I believe that to an extent I am correct in that guess. He kind of takes charge in a couple of episodes, and he kind of becomes an ass kicker, and I was happy to see that happen. Hawk was the kind of a guy that you grew to hate. At least I grew to hate him. I grew to be like, this guy's a fucking douchebag, look at his stupid fucking hair. But he redeems himself, and I'm going to leave it at that. Watch it. I'm going to leave it at that. Finally, I have genuine interest and investment in this show's plot and in its characters. I want to see season 4 pretty badly. I want to see what's going to happen. I have a pretty good idea that I know what's going to happen at the end of season 4, which I'm sure they're going to make. But I want to see it anyways. I want to see how we get there and how it all goes down, and I hope that it comes out soon. And I hope that you watch Cobra Kai Season 3. It's on Netflix. Check it out. Why wouldn't you? Just do it. Don't be an asshole. Quit your bitching. If you have not watched Cobra Kai, all 3 seasons are now on Netflix. It used to only be available on YouTube if you had the premium subscription, but now they're all available on Netflix, so go check it out. If you are a fan of the Karate Kid saga at all, you will dig this. You will dig it, or my name is not Movie Quotes Jones. Alright, I think that's about all I have to say. I'm going to go ahead and get off here now. Peace out.